outside. But be mad when they get some outside. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hello and welcome to episode number 1 of WITM Season 10. The episode that will start off our WWE content following the Andrew Memorial in the prologue. We do have some WITM in-ring action for you in this episode. As you saw in the title, we'll be starting off Season 10 with Summerslam, New Jersey, which just happened in real life. We'll be doing Night 1 in this episode and Night 2 in episode number 2. What those matches will be, who will be participating, will be shown shortly. But for now, I'm going to just give you a brief rundown of how our universe is going to be formatted this year. We have the rosters accurate as to how they are in real life now. Lots of different superstars downloaded that aren't in the game. You can see some of them as we scroll through. We have all the accurate tag teams and everything as to now. I'm not going to scroll down too far because spoilers, but you can see that all the different tag teams and stables are accurate as to how they are in real life right now. All of the champions are accurate as to how they were going into SummerSlam. So you got Gunther as World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, lost the title in real life at SummerSlam. Dirty Dom as the Intercontinental Champion, and so on and so forth. You even have the 2 TNA titles that are currently being held by NXT superstars right now. So where do we go from here? How will our WITM Season 10 start off? Before we get into our SummerSlam card and our WITM match for this episode, we are going to be at this point right here, the Raw prior to SummerSlam, to find out who we are going to see perhaps at SummerSlam. We get at least one of our answers. So we backtrack a little bit, a few days to Monday Night Raw. Let's listen and see who's going to be in the ring. Okay, to kick off Monday Night Raw General Manager Adam Pearce is in the ring, microphone in hand. Let's listen in and hear what he has to say. In just 5 days, it will be time for a historic SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium. A historic event that for the first time ever will see SummerSlam take place as a 2-night event. An event that will be sure to feature plenty of action and plenty of thrills and surprises. But who says the excitement has to wait until this weekend? Because right here, tonight on Raw, I would like to introduce to you, for the first time in over a year, a returning group of fan favorites who have re-signed with Monday Night Raw. Let's bring them out, shall we? Okay, so as they have made their way to the ring, it looks like at least half of the Falconclaws are back. Corey, Darth, Sword, and Tiger Brown have all re-signed with Monday Night Raw. They have been absent for over a year. Now Corey's in the ring, speaking to Raw General Manager Adam Pearce. What does Adam Pearce have to say to welcome Corey and the Falconclaws back to Raw? Now Corey, I'm going to hand over the floor to you in just a moment. But before I do, I want to apologize for my actions during your last run in WWE when you were part of Raw. I was very unfair to you, forcing you into a lot of unfair situations, but I promise that this time I will be fair. And you and the Falconclaws will be given every opportunity to be competitive here on Raw, starting with this Sunday night, where on night 2 of SummerSlam, 3 of you will be competing in a 6-man tag team match against WWE's hottest new sensation, El Grande Americano, and the Creed brothers, American Made. And that match is official. Alright, now Corey takes the microphone. What does he have to say on behalf of the Falconclaws? Adam Pierce, thank you for having us back, and man does it feel good to be back, alongside my fellow Falconclaws, and I can assure you that in no time, Darth and Sword will be on top of Raw's tag team division, and Tiger, well, he's a belt collector, and we have some unfinished business with the current Intercontinental Champion, Dominic Mysterio, so you can bet that Tiger has his eyes set on him and that Intercontinental Championship. And as for me, well, now I have 2 reasons to finally get my hands back on a world championship and have the reign I've always deserved, for the late Andrew Spudstrong and for Zims. But before we go on pursuing individual goals and gold, we have SummerSlam, an American Made, and let me assure you, it doesn't matter who dresses up as El Grande Americano or where or who made our opponents, because at SummerSlam, we will remind you and the world just who the Falconclaws are. CAW MFers. Okay, so now we know that half of the Falconclaws, Corey, Darth, Sword, and Tiger Brown, are back in the WWE. They have signed with Monday Night Raw, but what about the rest of the Falconclaws? What happens to them? What about SummerSlam Night 1? We now know that the Raw Falconclaws, Corey, Darth, Sword, and Tiger will be taking on American Made on night 2 of SummerSlam. But what else is in store before we head into SummerSlam? For that, we now turn to SmackDown, taking place just one night before night 1 of SummerSlam. Let's head to the ring for SmackDown. Okay, the SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis is in the ring, microphone in hand. What does he have to say? You're just 24 hours away from a historic SummerSlam. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be making headlines tonight, right here, right now, on SmackDown. Because tonight, I have signed to SmackDown 4 superstars will be major additions to the SmackDown roster, and will compete at Night 1 on SummerSlam, taking on the AAA Tag Team Champions Los Garza and Santos Escobar, Legado del Fantasma.
That is a moment accompanied by the Queen, El Parker, at a combined weight of 700 pounds. KBGS, Alec Winter's and
Okay, so now we know the fate of the Falconclaws. Corey, Darth, Sword, and Tiger Brown have signed with Monday Night Raw. They'll make up the Raw portion of the Falconclaws, and they'll be taking on American Made on night 2 of SummerSlam. And Cabbages, Alec Winterborn, Yeroc, and Queen Alpaca will be joining SmackDown, making up the SmackDown portion of the Falconclaws. And they'll be taking on Legado del Fantasma on night 1 of SummerSlam, our WITM match for this episode. But before we get into that, Cabbages, the leader of the SmackDown Falconclaws, is in the ring, microphone in hand. Let's listen and hear what he has to say. Thank you For those who don't remember me, I am Cabbages, co-leader of the Falconclaws and leader of the SmackDown Falconclaws. And for those who do remember me, well, let me promise you, I am not the same Cabbages you remember. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love gaming and anime, and we'll have plenty of fun here on SmackDown. But the main reason I'm here, the main reason we're here, is to kick some ass, make some money, and win championships. So, Legado del Fantasma, get ready, because in 24 hours, we're kicking your asses. CAW, AMFers. Okay, and with that, it is time for night 1 of SummerSlam. Now, I did make a small mistake 3 days ago when I started recording this episode. So, we have the entirety of SummerSlam all thrown into one card rather than having 2 separate cards for each night. But what we'll do is we'll stop here at the end of this match where night 1 ends in this episode, and then we will do the rest of the card and our second WITM match in a separate episode, episode number 2. But our match for this episode is going to be the SmackDown Falconclaws, led by Cabbages, along with Alec Winterborn and Yeroc, and accompanied by Queen Apaka, taking on Legado del Fantasma, consisting of Santos Escobar and Angel Humberto Los Garza, who are the AAA Tag Team Champions, AAA being one of the top promotions in Mexico that WWE bought the rights to, and stars from each brand go back and forth and cross-promote. And Angel Humberto Los Garza, the tag team that represents Legado del Fantasma, has their tag team championships. Will the SmackDown Falconclaws be able to get the night started off hot for the Falconclaws, or will ring rust show, with this being the first match in over a year in the WWE? And will Legado del Fantasma be able to pick up a huge victory here and boost their stock in the WWE and SmackDown's tag team division? Let's find out and get our night 1 of SummerSlam match underway. It's the SmackDown Falconclaws versus Legado del Fantasma.
The following contest is a 6-man tag team match. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 603 pounds, Santos Escobar, Angel Humberto, Legado del Fantasma.
And there's the bell. This match is underway. The first in-ring action for the Falconclaws in over a year. It's going to be Cabbages getting things started off for the SmackDown Falconclaws. Berto, one half of the AAA Tag Team Champions, getting started for Legado del Fantasma. Berto with a series of chops going springboard, and that will connect. Nice springboard move there by Berto. Now a series of stomps to the head. Springboard moonsault connects. Berto showing off that Lucha Libre style and nearly winning the match just seconds in for Legado del Fantasma. And a kick straight to the groin of Cabbages. But there is a series of strikes by Cabbages to reverse. And now a huge Superman punch. Neck driver by Cabbages, but a kip up by Berto. Irish whip into the Legado del Fantasma corner. And a tag to Santos Escobar. Double team maneuver connects, ending with a drop kick. Now Escobar looking to take flight. And Cabbages able to evade, but catches a little bit of that elbow. That's enough to knock him down. Escobar goes for a cover. Cabbages powers out at one. Cabbages head to the outside where Angel is waiting. And he's going to deliver some damage to Cabbages on the outside as Santos taunts. Meanwhile, Queen Alpaca trying to provide a distraction. Distracting Santos Escobar's. Cabbages lays waste to Angel on the outside. Now Escobar finally noticing what's going on, going out to ringside to help his tag team partner, tossing Cabbages into the barricade. And Cabbages diving at the ankles of Escobar, and he'll head back into the ring before heading back outside to do some more damage there. But there's Escobar ready with a huge drop kick. Cabbages evades the leg drop. Massive drop kick by Cabbages sends Escobar crashing into the barricade. What does Cabbages have in mind here? Tossing Escobar on the top of that barricade, using the outside ring environment to wear him down. But they only have about 3 seconds to get back inside the ring. On a count of 8, Cabbages might be looking for a count of victory here, but he decides no, he doesn't want to win that way. He breaks the count. He would have won the match for the Falconclaws had he just stayed in the ring, but he decides he doesn't want to win that way. Instead, he's going to go after Los Garza. And he plants Berto into the ring apron. Escobar now back into the ring. Cabbages staring down Escobar before slowly making his way back in. Irish whip. A huge uppercut by Cabbages. He goes for cover. And nearly wins the match for the Falconclaws without Alec or Yeroc even getting in. But this match will continue. Cabbages with a huge swinging neck breaker. In comes Alec Winterborn, the powerhouse of the SmackDown Falconclaws. But Escobar ready. He has some power himself, and he is going to stretch out the arms of Alec. And Alec reverses with an arm drag. Axe handle by Alec. Now Escobar with a series of strikes. Huge big boot by Alec Winterborn. Los Garza wants a hot tag. Escobar can't quite get there. And that running attack by Winterborn won't quite pan out. Massive clothesline by Escobar. STO takedown. Stomp to the chest. Now repeated knees to the head of Winterborn. Alec heads to the outside. In comes Berto. They lock up. Alec forces Berto into his own corner. And a massive clothesline. Berto forced up. Irish up into the Falconclaw corner. In comes Cabbages for a double team attack. Suplex by Cabbages. Cabbages attacking the leg of Berto, and now Cabbages can take flight, going for the splat, but evaded. Drop kick barely phases Berto. Roll up pin attempts into a cradle, goes for cover. Cabbages powers out at 1, and now a series of strikes. Kick to the back. In comes Angel. Cabbages with a running attack. Angel showing off a bit, going for his comeback sequence, I believe. And that will connect. Irish whip into the Legado del Fantasma corner. Cabbages with a reversal. He goes for a roll-up pin attempt. And Angel powers out at 1. Cabbages daringly going springboard in Legado del Fantasma corner, but that will connect. But now Angel back on the attack. Cabbages forced against the ropes. And a series of elbows to the lower back of Cabbages. And now an uppercut to the back of Cabbages' head. Cabbages in a bad way, body in the red zone. Alec wants the hot tag, he'll get it. And that will cause Angel to splat in the center of the ring. Now Alec with a double leg drop. Alec lifts the entirety of the weight of Angel and presses him above his head, showing off that impressive power, and just plants him in the center of the ring. Now Alec. Thought about going springboard himself, elects not to. Angel with a signature maneuver. Going for a Boston Crab, but rope break quickly by Alec. Now it's Angel going springboard in the opponent's corner. That will connect. Now attacking the back of the knee of Alec, and he's going to head to the outside and try to recover some. Now they trade blows from the apron. That's going to result in Alec crashing into the barricade on the outside. Now Angel going after the rest of the Falconclaws. Planting Cabbage's head first into the apron and stunning him. Alec now back into the ring. And now a series of kicks and into the DDT by Angel. He goes for cover. And Alec powers out at 1.5. Alec forced up. Forcing Angel back into his own corner. Now a huge right. Reversal by Angel. Alec going for a powerbomb, but reversal by Angel with a series of strikes to the head. Now Angel striking some more. Alec with a reversal and a massive DDT. Escobar with a hot tag. He'll get it. And a signature maneuver by Escobar, ending with a cover. And broken up by Cabbages before the count can even really begin. Escobar going springboard, evaded by Winterborn. There's a right. Winterborn with a choke slam straight into his knees, and now going for a finisher. Tombstone lung blower connects. Alec goes for cover. Broken up by Berto before the 1 count. Winterborn to the middle rope. Wants Escobar on his feet. Diving axe handle connects. Yeroc, winner of the match for the first time in this match. He's looking to take flight. He hits a diving axe handle as well and goes for cover. And the Falconclaws are going to get the victory here on night 1 of SummerSlam. Yeroc coming in to close out this win.
Cabbages, Alex Winter's and Yeroc.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the occasion. Let me see your brutal hands in the air.
Okay, so let's break down everything that just happened. The SmackDown Falconclaws were able to pick up the victory over Legado del Fantasma. Yeroc coming in to close out the match and the Falconclaw victory. But then after the match, 3 masked men came out and attacked the SmackDown Falconclaws. 2 men came into the ring with chairs and attacked Alec and Yeroc, and then a 3rd man was on the outside of the ring attacking Cabbages, the leader of the SmackDown Falconclaws. Who are these men and what are their intentions? This is not the first time that the Falconclaws have been attacked by masked men. A couple of seasons ago, it was the Smile Society, which consisted of Joe Gacy, of Schism, Joe Gacy, the Grizzled Young Veterans, and Cameron Grimes attacking the SmackDown Falconclaws and are still in NXT, but 3 out of 4 of them are no longer in the WWE, so it cannot be them. So who are this new group of masked men, and what do they want with the Falconclaws? That will remain to be seen, but a bittersweet night for the SmackDown Falconclaws as they do escape night 1 of SummerSlam with the victory over the God of Fantasma. And here are your results for the rest of night 1, which consist of the real-life matches that happened on night 1 of SummerSlam, minus the Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Jelly Roll match. The results may be different than what happened in real life. However, we'll see which ones were the same and which ones were different. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso defeated Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, accompanied by Paul Heyman in the opening match. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day retained the women's tag team titles over Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Sami Zayn defeated Karrion Kross, accompanied by Scarlett. We have a new women's undisputed champion as Jade Cargill defeated the now former women's champion Tiffany Stratton. In our night 1 SummerSlam matchup, the SmackDown Falconclaws defeated Legado del Fantasma. CM Punk defeated Gunther to become the World Heavyweight Champion, but then immediately following that match, Seth freaking Rollins, who was apparently faking an injury he suffered about a month ago, came out and cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase and defeated CM Punk to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. That is how night 1 of SummerSlam comes to a close. We will wait until the event is completely done to do the results and rankings update. We have the night 2 card here, where our WITM match will be another 6-man tag team match, this time seeing the Raw Falconclaws in action, as it will be Corey, Darth, and Sword, accompanied by Tiger Brown taking on American Made, El Grande Americano, and the Creed brothers, accompanied by their interim leader while Chad Gable is injured, Ivy Nile. That will wait until the next episode, of course, with the threat of the masked men looming for the Raw Falconclaws. Will they be able to stay focused on the task of defeating American Made and making it a clean sweep at SummerSlam for the Falconclaws? We'll have to wait and find out in the next episode, but that is going to do it for episode number 1. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss a moment of WITM Season 10 until episode number 2, where we wrap up SummerSlam with Night 2 and the Raw Falconclaws versus American Made. This is Corey with WITM CAW Wrestling, signing off.